Well, it's a history of Britain from 1900, just before the death of Queen Victoria, so the old imperial Britain, right the way through to the end of the Second World War. So the Edwardians, First World War, the 20s and 30s, and the Second World War. And it's really the story of how a country which had been imperial, aristocratic, and indeed undemocratic starts to become modern Britain. The book always comes first. When I'm doing a big project like this, so I sat down and researched and wrote the book myself, and then out of the book I start to shape the television series, with the help of a lot of other people, of course, as well. But it's not just politics or economics, it's meant to be social history, a bit of literary history, and it's for the general reader. It's for people perhaps who didn't get all the history they might have done at school. Hello. I thought I knew this period, and I did not. I hadn't realised quite how extreme the politics were, for instance, in the 1930s. I didn't know that the biggest marching group in the streets of London weren't the black shirts or the communists, it were the green shirts, a group who have been completely forgotten by history, but in this book. And some of the stories about the writers and the sort of experimental people and the sculptors and so on, I think will really surprise people. Certainly surprised me. It's almost for people who are not history buffs, you know, who have a sort of sense that actually they haven't, you know, they've missed out on the story of their own country and how it became the country that we all live in today. Because quite often at school, or university, whatever, you just get little bits of history, you know, and I think there's a case for telling, it is an extraordinary story, it's an absolutely amazing story and full of really interesting, admirable and quite often lovable people too.